CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Good evening. A shooting at West Edmonton Mall this afternoon forced shoppers and staff to take shelter in back rooms. Police say two people were walking near Bourbon Street inside the mall. One of them fired what appeared to be a gun at the other, and the mall was put on lockdown shortly after. This was the scene inside the mall outside of Boston Pizza. One woman says she saw a man with most of his face covered, pointing a gun at someone. She also took these photos of what appears to be a bullet casing on the ground and a bullet hole in the staircase of Bourbon Street. Other shoppers saw police working after the lockdown was lifted shortly after 1 o'clock.
I saw two officers with a yellow tape across the barricade leading to the entrance going upstairs. And I don't know what's happening, but there's a couple of officers, female officers there.
The mall was put on lockdown just before 12:30. Police say no injuries have been reported and there's no further danger to the public. No arrests have been made at this point. Now, this was the second lockdown at West Edmonton Mall this week. On Monday, police received reports of a person pointing a gun at another person in the mall. A 15-year-old was apprehended in that case. Police say the weapon turned out to be a toy designed to look like a real gun. A 23-year-old mother from St. Albert is dead, and police believe her 9-month-old was also killed. The woman's common-law partner is charged with second-degree murder. CTV's Connor Hogg reports.
A woman and her child should be planning for tomorrow, not being mourned today.
A man from St. Albert is facing charges in connection with the death of his common-law partner and the presumed death of their 9-month-old at an apartment complex in St. Albert. Police say last Friday they were called to the family's apartment where building management had found a suspicious package. When officers arrived, they found the remains of a woman. She was later identified as 23-year-old Ayla Egotic-Learn. Her 9-month-old daughter is missing, but police believe she was also killed.
We continue our efforts to locate the remains of Braley.
33-year-old Christopher Beasley was arrested earlier this week at a hotel in St. Albert. He's been charged with second-degree murder and 2 counts of indignity to a human body.
The date of the charge of the indignity being December 5th, when we believe this offence happened, there had been some time that had passed.
Police say Egotic-Learn was from Cambridge Bay, Nunavut, and moved to St. Albert in April 2024. RCMP say she met the accused around the same time.
She was so proud of her baby.
Kaylee Medved-Foti lives 4 doors down from the family's apartment. She remembers her former neighbor as quiet, friendly, and devoted to her daughter.
She loved her baby so much, and she would always show me her, and she was always so proud.
I think it's important to recognize the impact on the family and friends of these two individuals. They've suffered an absolutely tragic loss.
Court records show Beasley was on probation for assaulting Egotic-Learn last year. He's scheduled to appear in court next Tuesday. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
A man is facing several charges after RCMP say a 14-year-old girl in Fort McMurray sent photos of a sexual nature to someone in Edmonton. A 42-year-old man was arrested 2 weeks ago. He's facing 4 charges, including luring a child and possession of child pornography. BC's premier is calling the meeting between an Alberta separatist group and officials with the U.S. government treason. David Eby made the comments at the First Minister's meeting in Ottawa. He says it's important for Canadians to push back against separation talk.
Those who would solicit a foreign government to try to come in and take over our country or break it up, that's not part of our vision for Canada. That's not Canadian conduct, and in fact, that is, I described it as an old-fashioned word because we haven't had to use it for a long time. In my opinion, that is treasonous activity.
Legal counsel for Alberta's separatist movement says they met with U.S. State Department officials. Eby says this kind of activity needs to be stopped. Jeffrey Rath called Eby's comments dumb. He's behind the separatist movement and says the meeting was part of a feasibility study.
We're private citizens. We have no authority to enter into agreements on behalf of anybody in Alberta. We're not entering into any agreements with the United States. We're not funded by the United States.
Alberta's premier was once again asked on her stance. Danielle Smith says she believes in a sovereign Alberta under a united Canada. She says polls show 30% of Albertans are feeling hopeless under the current system.
That's about 1 million people, and I'm not going to demonize or marginalize a million of my fellow citizens when they've got legitimate grievances. What we need to do is we need to give Albertans hope. We need to show them, not just tell them, not just words, but with actions, that Canada can work.
Prime Minister Mark Carney would not say whether he felt there was foreign interference from the United States. He says Canada expects the U.S. administration to respect Canadian sovereignty. Treaty chiefs are reminding the Premier and Albertans the province does not have the authority to secede from Canada.
Treaty trumps legislation.
It's about time that the general public educates themselves on treaty and how the province came to be.
Treaty 6 and 8 chiefs were joined by other Indigenous chiefs today to call on the UCP government to respect treaty rights. The chiefs say treaties are with the Imperial Crown, not with the province of Alberta, and Alberta has no jurisdiction over their lands. Grand Chief Joey Pete says beyond the legal implications, the idea of separation is stoking racial discrimination.
The violence, the hate, the division that it has caused for our communities in our local towns, it's dangerous for our people to be going into the towns alone.
Indigenous groups have launched legal proceedings against the province over Bill 14, which allows for citizen initiative petitions. They say it fails to align with Canada's Constitution. A spokesperson for the Justice Department says Alberta honors treaty rights as recognized by the Constitution. It says it does not have any comments on the lawsuit as it's before the courts. The Prime Minister was also asked today about the Memorandum of Understanding on a pipeline between Alberta and Ottawa. Mark Carney says it doesn't necessarily have to go through BC's northwest coast. He also says there are a lot of steps to go through.
Under the MOU, a bitumen pipeline to Asian markets is the way it's described, and therefore the specific routes are not outlined. Of course, work is being done to explore the feasibility of various routes, and there are many factors that affect the feasibility, starting with Indigenous support, as well as technical and economic considerations.
Carney says the MOU contains many other pieces, including cooperation on nuclear power and creating a carbon capture and storage industry. Steep fines and jail time are coming for predatory tow truck drivers. Towing companies taking advantage of drivers after a crash has become more widespread in Alberta, according to the province. CTV's Tim Brooke has the details.
The towing industry has changed since Big Hill started up 49 years ago.
The public have lost some confidence in the towing industry, and that's painful for those of us who've been doing it for this long.
This company says it operates completely above board, but thanks to bad actors, its reputation has taken a hit. Take the Duchek family. When their car was totaled, a company was on scene immediately offering a verbal deal that was never honored.
What I thought was going to be about $300 was going to be $3,000.
It's just one story of predatory towing. Operators often show up to crash scenes before even emergency crews. Once there, they'll use aggressive tactics to get drivers on their side and then hand out sky-high invoices after the fact.
You know, after an accident, your adrenaline's pumping, you're kind of panicked, and you think these guys are there to help you, and they're really not.
And so changes are coming. Starting in April, violators could face fines as high as $300,000 or up to 2 years behind bars.
A lot of them is related to organized crime. And that's why they're so good at it. That's why they're when they were shut out of business in Ontario, that's why they moved west.
The new rules mean all drivers must clearly communicate all towing and storage costs and obtain complete consent before towing begins.
If we go down this path and we see that it's not working, yeah, we're prepared to take more action, whatever's required to protect Albertans.
Big Hill Towing wants the move to help Albertans and the names of those just trying to do their job.
The hope is that this is enough to make sure that the people who have no intention of running ethical businesses in service to the community just go away.
Tim Brooke, CTV News, Calgary.
Federal Conservatives are in Calgary to chart out the party's path forward after last spring's election loss. Delegates will also decide whether Pierre Poilievre is still the right person to lead the party. CTV's Jordan Canagan has more ahead of Poilievre's keynote speech tomorrow night.
The chairs are ready and the stage is set for the Federal Conservative Party's national convention.
This is the only time he will have this year where he gets 3 days, basically, 3 days of attention on him in a venue that he controls to the nth degree.
The Calgary event offers a chance for a reset and to chart a path forward. Pierre Poilievre will face a leadership review after losing the election and his Ottawa seat, giving delegates a chance to vote on whether he stays on.
I will be voting to keep him. I do think he's the best person to continue to lead this party.
And I'm torn, honestly. I feel like part of me believes that, I like an underdog. I love a good redemption story, but I also want the message to come across very clearly that mistakes were made.
Mistakes in a campaign that saw the Conservatives lose a double-digit lead in the polls and fail to form government. Still, support for Poilievre is expected to remain high.
I think that he's going to do well, but that's the beauty of our membership, is that it's in their hands to decide. I just have one vote, so it's every member who attends here as a delegate will have an opportunity to contribute to that.
Delegates and members will also have their say on policy. Priorities will be discussed in sessions through Friday and Saturday, though Poilievre isn't bound by any proposals that make it to the floor.
But it will be an opportunity for the party and for Mr. Poilievre's team to engineer, if you want, an issue onto the floor or a set of issues on the floor that they're interested in. If they take advantage of that opportunity, Mr. Harper certainly did in 2005, that'll be an indication of what they're investing their time and effort in.
Jordan Canagan, CTV News, Calgary.
A pair of photographers in Alberta are among those taking top honors in the Canadian Geographic Photo of the Year competition. CTV's Kevin Green has more.
Regular viewers of CTV will be familiar with the stunning photographs Calgary's Matt Melnick takes of the Northern Lights. But it was this picture Melnick captured of a lightning strike just southeast of Calgary that took top honors in weather, seasons, and skies in the Canadian Geographic Photo competition.
I was looking at everyone else's photos and there was some unbelievable stuff. So I was a little bit shocked, but also, very excited and happy and thrilled. And it's an amazing achievement, absolutely.
Photos were judged in 4 categories, the others being flora, fauna, and fungi, epic landscapes, and outdoor adventure, which is where Banff's Will Lambert took top honors with this shot of a friend climbing inside an ice cave at Jasper's Dome Glacier.
It was a particularly memorable day out with a couple of good friends and there just with the intention of exploring if we create something great, but just an amazing day out in the mountains. And I think this was one particular one that did come out really well, but you just never know, right?
Over half the top photos in this year's Canadian Geographic contest came from Western Canada.
I really just think it's because of the geographic diversity of particularly Alberta and BC. I mean, you've got the mountains, you've got wide open prairie, you've got incredible thunderstorms, you've got tremendous biodiversity in the mountains, on the coast.
For Melnick, it's also about planning and execution.
I put some planning into it. I frame it and basically, see the picture before you take it. I can kind of see that. I call it my superpower.
Lambert, however, doesn't overthink his adventure photos.
I think sometimes going with less of a plan and just the only intention being out there and having a great day, being safe and enjoying the mountains that you're out in, anything else is a bonus.
There were over 7,000 entries in this year's Canadian Geographic Photograph Contest. Anthony Bucci of Port McNeill, BC, took top honors as Photographer of the Year. Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
Coming up next, Oilers star Leon Draisaitl is nominated to play a big role at the Olympics. Also just ahead, how you can show a little love to shelter workers in Edmonton during February.
It's really important to us that we flip that switch and show them how much we care about them.
Good evening, folks. Temperatures jumped a couple of degrees above zero this afternoon, and we should see daytime highs above zero now through the rest of this month and through the first week of February. There is some rain and a risk of freezing rain in the forecast for tomorrow, though. We'll get into those details in just a few minutes.
Oilers forward Leon Draisaitl has been nominated as a German flag bearer for the opening ceremonies of the Winter Olympics. German fans can vote online and choose between Draisaitl and 5 other finalists. The 2 winners, 1 man and 1 woman, will be revealed next Thursday. Can Mandan has formed a new partnership with the local Sobeys. The goal is to help thousands of nonprofits in Alberta. For the last 15 years, Dan Johnstone has camped outside the Belmont Sobeys during the holiday season to collect donations for the food bank. He's now opened a community engagement office inside the store. Johnstone will meet with charitable organizations and offer his help to groups looking for support. His office is open from 8 to 4 on Mondays and Thursdays. Walk-in appointments are available. However, people are being encouraged to phone the store ahead of time. Canada Beef is aiming to help feed people across the country with its 4th annual Burger It Forward campaign. 357 restaurants across the country will have a feature burger available for the month of February. $1 from every burger sold will go towards supporting local food banks. 3 Vikings on 124th Street will be participating in the campaign for its 4th straight year.
It's a Swiss mushroom burger, so it's a beef and caramelized onion patty, and then we serve it with like a Swiss mushroom sauce over top, and then our crispy onions on a brioche bun with some leaf lettuce.
Most locations, including 3 Vikings, will be matching the total raised on purchases of the featured burger. Burger It Forward runs all February. Women's shelters across Alberta are hoping you'll write a Valentine to its workers. Throughout February, the Alberta Council of Women's Shelters will collect Valentine cards and messages of gratitude for its staff. You can mail or email your card, create your own, or use the shelter's pre-made template. At the beginning of March, all the cards and messages will be distributed to shelters across the province.
There's so many people that are in the social services sector that join the social services sectors because they care and they have big hearts. It's really important to us that we flip that switch and show them how much we care about them and that they are appreciated and give love back to them for the work that they do.
There are 6 women's shelters in the Edmonton area. While Edmonton's police service has had one since April, Calgary police are now adding a new kind of backup, one with 4 paws and a calming presence. CTV's Mark Villani has more.
Responding to the most dangerous calls. Police officers physically put their lives on the line. They're often first on scene of a fatal car crash, a homicide, and other life or death situations.
There's lots of traumatic incidents that they're going through. We're dealing with lots of mental health. You've heard us talk about, 19% of our workforce is off.
But this 4-legged friend aims to help solve those issues. Meet Sadie, a 2-year-old black lab named as the Calgary Police Service's first operational stress intervention dog. She's vested up and specially trained to support sworn CPS officers and civilian members following difficult calls.
Interactions with these dogs can reduce stress responses, lower anxiety levels, and help individuals regulate emotional distress.
Sadie was bred and trained by BC and Alberta guide dogs, a strenuous 1.5-year process to offer calming support in moments when words alone aren't enough.
So when somebody is having a bad day, needs an emotional downregulation or additional support, our dogs are specifically trained for those members.
Bringing this canine into action was also made possible thanks to funding from Wounded Warriors Canada and Calgary-based nonprofit Pulling Together for Mental Health.
When you begin to experience stress, your entire body chemistry changes. That dog knows you're undergoing stress before you do.
The latest step in making sure those who swore to protect Calgarians feel supported too.
Whatever we can do to assist and support them, this is what we're here for.
Mark Villani, CTV News, Calgary.
When we return, a little warm-up. A local driving range is preparing to open this weekend.
We have 3 feet of snow out here and got a lot of work to do yet.
On Your Morning, a maternity nurse on the importance of midwives and combating misinformation around births. Plus, an Edmonton hip-hop artist getting rare recognition on the national scene.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays. Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Welcome back. Couple degrees above average this morning, -10 for the morning low, and then 7 degrees above average this afternoon, right on par with where we were 1 year ago on January 29th. A couple of degrees above zero, should be in the 3 to 5 degree range for tomorrow and Saturday. Here's your freezing rain warning, and we will probably, through the course of the day tomorrow, see this extended further to the east and southeast. But Grand Prairie, High Prairie, Peace River areas, all under that freezing rain warning. Watch how this plays out. This moves in through the morning hours and then really starts to get going in the afternoon. You have some snow further to the north, sort of Fort McMurray across towards high level. It's more likely to be snow, maybe even some heavier snow there in high level. And for the Edmonton area, it's in the evening hours tomorrow that we get a chance of some showers and potentially some patchy freezing rain. You notice it blows through pretty quickly, though. By Saturday morning, we're back under a little bit of clearing, and then we've got mostly cloudy skies, it looks like, on tap as we make our way into Sunday. Here are your temperatures over the next couple of days. 3 to 5 degree range for highs Friday, Saturday. Take a little bit of a step back there with that extra cloud cover on Sunday. And then we're around 5 degrees for daytime highs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. In fact, Wednesday, that high of 6 is on the conservative side. We could even be a couple degrees warmer than that, which would put us close to a record. -12s in Fort McMurray and Slave Lake tomorrow morning. -7 and -8 in Red Deer, Edmonton, and Grand Prairie. Grand Prairie, you're back to about the freezing mark. There's your chance of showers or patchy freezing rain across the northwest. Late in the day into the evening hours, you get that chance of some freezing rain in east central and northeastern Alberta. Red Deer even has a chance of a shower tomorrow evening. Should get to about 4 in the afternoon, though. And here in Edmonton, 3 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. And then in the evening hours, somewhere between about 8 and 11 p.m. would be the most likely time frame for some showers, potentially some patchy freezing rain. A little breezy to go along with that high of 5 on Saturday, some increased cloud cover there, and 2 degrees on Sunday. And then look at that first week of February. Temperatures not only above zero, but way above average. That is your forecast.
Anyone up to practice their golf swing this weekend? Perhaps even outside? It's apparently possible. Canada Golf Card is opening to take advantage of warmer weather. The Southwest Edmonton driving range says this is its earliest opening ever.
Well, it is a big job. That's why a lot of people don't do it. Like I said, we like to kick off golf here in Edmonton. We have 3 feet of snow out here, and got a lot of work to do yet, but we'll be ready to rock.
The driving range on Ellerslie Road will be open tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday from noon until 5. Dozens of blind and visually impaired skiers from around the world are in Kananaskis this week. They're taking part in an annual event to connect others who understand the challenges of living with sight loss. CTV's Mark Villani has more.
Matt Jans is visually impaired, but he's never let that stop him from doing the things he loves.
For me in my life, it's always just been a constant puzzle of how do I keep doing this stuff.
And it's a puzzle being solved by more than 80 participants with limited to no sight at the William Watson Lodge in Kananaskis. The 48th annual Ski for Light event aims to break down disability barriers and build a stronger community.
You know, I haven't had to advocate for myself one time this whole week, which is a huge load off my mind, because everyone just understands what I'm going through. I understand what they're going through, and then we just are instantly bonded. Do you ski lots in Denmark?
Sven Mogensen is one of those people making new friendships. He's found a new passion for cross-country skiing after losing his vision at a young age.
I feel free. I have the liberty to move without having physical contact with somebody else.
Meanwhile, Ruri Takeuchi came all the way from Japan as a guide for blind skiers, hoping to learn more about how to help others.
I want to make a business for special needs people.
There's amazing people here that have no vision, and I'm blown away by how well they function independently.
And this woman brings new meaning to independence. Tracy Musso is legally blind and an amputee, but she's adapted by learning how to sit ski on the trails.
Use your arms and your core to move. If you really enjoy skiing, there's always a way to get around it.
We're here to ski, but we build community here. And it's not just about the skiers, it's about the volunteer guides who show up.
Curving right here, curving right. You get to know what they need to know to be able to have a good time on the trail, and you can adjust yourself to their preferences.
That trust and support is what makes all the difference.
And that's when you really start living your life again.
Mark Villani, CTV News in Kananaskis.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. Have a great night.